Good afternoon. Not gonna work. Good afternoon. Thank you.
Hey, we're here. We're an audience.
I get Stacy. I'm just kind of organizing our poets over there to come on up for a minute. LaRon McAdoo, Christian, and Crystal to come to the stage, please. So first of all, I would like to welcome all of you to the Southwest Arkansas Education Cooperative first annual Poetry Slam competition. I'd like to make a few introductions because the folks that you see here standing on the stage have been instrumental in putting this event together. So I'll start with you, Stacy, if you don't mind. Okay? So this is Stacy McAdoo. Big announcement. You ready for this? Hold on. Stacy McAdoo is our 2019 Arkansas Teacher of the Year. She is also the founder of the Righteous Poets. She's a communications teacher at Little Rock Central High School and a sponsor of many of the clubs at that school as well. Thank you, Stacy, for being here. And then Mr. LaRon McAdoo. Mr. McAdoo is, of course, Stacy's husband. He is a co-founder of the Righteous Poets. He is an art teacher at Little Rock Central High School, and he will be one of our MCs for today. So welcome. And then we have Christian Davis. I'm going to have to read his title. Christian is the Chief of Interpretation and Education at the President Bill Clinton National Historic State Park here in Hope. But prior to being here in Hope, he was at Little Rock Central High School historic site in Little Rock, and he played a key role in putting together a spoken word live poetry slam, which ended up being part of an annual part of the Arkansas Literary Festival. So welcome. Thank you. We also have Crystal C. Mercer here with us today. I love this, y'all. Listen to this. Crystal's just a girl from Arkansas. She's a textile artist, an actor, activist, poet, and author. She's the founder and creative director of Columbus Creative Arts. And listen to this, folks. She's recently returned from Ghana, where she completed graduate work for the University of Arkansas Clinton School of Public Service. So again, thank all of you for being here. Thank you for your guidance and support, and you couldn't have done this without you all. Thanks. If you look around the room, it's rather dark, but if you will look around the room, there are some co-op folks in here. If you guys will kind of stand and wave, they have different roles and parts in this as well, and I want to thank you. And so these folks, if you need something today, see one of them, they'll be able to help you out. Okay? Just a real, well, let me finish introductions first. Let's go through our judges for today. Okay? Our judges, what I'd like you to do is, if you will please stand, Mr. Jacob Cunningham. Jamie McAdoo. start with our grade 6 through 8 poets. We will go ahead and give those awards for that category. I think some of those schools may have to leave, so we'll do those awards. But what I would like you to do, if you don't mind, please take some time to stop by outside and visit our EduTech guys who are set up. They're going to be doing a interview podcast, okay? So they'd like to know about your experience with slam poetry, spoken word. So if you don't mind, stop by. Same with grades 9 through 12, and any other open mic contestants. Do the same, teachers as well, okay? All right. I'd like to say a couple of words to our poets. Where are our poets? Poets? Are here? All right, thank you. Just some words to remember. First of all, I'd like to thank you for your willingness to share with us today, right? Because it does take a lot of courage to do that and to get up on this big stage. So we thank you for being willing to do that. Also, before we get started, I'd like you to keep this quote in mind by Alan Wolf. Alan Wolf is an educator, and he is one of the early organizers of Poetry Slam competitions. He said this: "The points are not the point. The point is the poetry." Do you agree? Yes. You'll see this on the back of the shirts that we're wearing today, because that's why we're here today. Right? We are here to hear your voices, your thoughts and experience through your poetry. And that goes for our other contestants or other open mic folks that will be participating. So I'm going to be quiet. I'm not very entertaining, I'm afraid. So with that being said, it's time for me to turn this over to our MCs for today. We have Mr. LaRon McAdoo and Morris for our GT specialist and of course Ms. Stacy McAdoo. So let's get this show started. Let's go, guys. Let's feel your energy today.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you all ready to have a good time?
Yeah.
Chad, do you believe them?
Nope.
All right. This time I'm going to ask you again, and I want you to say yeah. If you're ready to have a good time, say yeah.
Yeah.
What you think?
Let's do it this way.
All right.
Because we're going to turn this up into a poet battle before we're done. I'm going to call you a school, and let's see which school is the...
Hey, don't be shy now. Y'all been talking for an hour.
That'll do it. That will do it.
So are you ready? Yeah. Are you ready to be ready to be ready to this? I'm not in this competition. Yes! Are you ready? Okay. Hold on. Are you ready? A little bit too many. Lafayette, are you ready?
All right. I know.
Now, are you ready?
Wow.
That's some monster screaming right there.
Can we see it? Is it another?
There's another. Nevada County. Are you ready? Yeah! Here's what we're going to do, everybody, because we're all about love. Right now, everybody's from Nevada County, so when I say Nevada County, you're ready, everybody screaming. Y'all ready? Nevada County! That's a little bit more, man. All right, guys, before we get going, we want to put your hands together for Miss Karen Harris, who's with us all together. We want to thank UACCH for letting us have this here. Give them a big round of applause. so cool that they brought you out for this. So give them a big round of applause.
I just want to say, are you out of school today? Yeah. Ah, yeah. That's it, man. It's gonna be fun, man. All right. All right. So let me go through some of the rules and let me go down this right quick so that everybody's on the same page. This is what I want to happen, and I wrote it down so I would remember not to forget. All right. So. There are MCs, that's Chad and myself, and clap it up for us. A construction worker in Chicago during the mid-80s, Mark Smith. Everybody says, so what? So what? Because it's not about him, it's about the slam, that's right. And he said he went to these poetry readings and he said, oh man, I want to slam this because it needs to be exciting. It needs to be where people just want to hear it. So he said, the first thing I want to happen is you have original poetry. Then he said, we need to cut it because some of these academics would get up and they would read these long poems. He said, it needs to be 3 minutes and 10 seconds. And then he said there should be no props, no costumes, no musical accompaniment. And then he said, let's find 5 judges. And those judges are already in the audience and you've met them. And they will score you Olympic-style judging 0 to 10. And 0 is like, ugh. I'm dead. That's what 0 is. Now, 10 is, oh my God. Oh, I don't have to eat anymore. I can fill up on these words. I'm floating on air. So that's a 10. Everybody give it up for the score. Or at least my acting. All right, so we have a scorer. Clap it up for the scorer. And we'll be taking these scores. And so there will be 5 scores in total, but only 3. The top score will be dropped, and the lowest score will be dropped, and then the 3 in the middle will be added to give the poet its score. And then we have these judges out in the audience. I want to tell you, judges, no matter what the audience does, no matter how much they scream and yell and say, ooh, that's good, go girl, go boy, snap their fingers and say, and give them all kind of feedback. Do not be swayed, judges. Audience, sway the judges. I want you to make every poem feel like the best poem ever presented. I want you to snap when you hear something you like. I want you to say, say ah, say oh, say yeah, all of that. Go in, boy. You better go, girl. All that. Preach, boy. All right, so sway the judges. And then last but not least, we have someone who has to come up to the mic to practice the judges. The judges need practice on how to score. We call that poet the sacrificial poet or the calibration poet. So they will practice with this poet that's coming up. And Mr. Chad, can you give us that great poet who's going to come before us?
I will bring him here if you're ready. But I got one more school to call out. They thought that I wasn't going to call them out. So we need to find out if Burl Henry, are you ready? Woo! So they were just waiting. Yes. All right. Everybody stand up for me. Everybody stand up for me. Because you know what it's like to be first. And so we're going to get this young man to kick it off. Stomp your feet, clap your hands, make some noise for Michael Bosno.
It's heavy like a 10-ton boulder. I close my heart to the world, and it only makes me colder. I write my feelings down and enclose them in a folder. It's all beginning to get heavy, like I'm trying to lift the Silverado Chevy. I try to let things in, but my heart won't let me, because I know the world won't accept me. Your closest friends can be your worst enemies. So much hatred and negative energy. It's the reason darkness is within me, and heartbreak hits me critically. There's so much I hold in. Try to think about if there's any good cards I'm holding. My heart's ready to collapse and fold in, but I'm in love with the pain like something golden. I ain't seen my brother in a couple years, and my nephew won't know me. I talk to myself, and I can't let it fold me. I just gotta keep hoping. People probably won't care, but I'm gonna speak out boldly, and keep in my mind what God told me. I try to use this all as a lesson, love and sympathy on the lessons. My heart's with her testing, but I'm stuck like glue to this depression. Suicide, want to end my life, want to die, but the price is my chance to fly high in paradise. Gonna break down and cry, can't stand any more lies. I really want to find some light. The world is darker than the night, and with demons I fight. Wish I could see clear, but there's a blur in my sight. Just need some love to shine bright. No one cares about the unfair spiritual warfare that's really there. It gives me a scare. Into death's eyes I stare. People doubt me everywhere. Regret and shame come in repair. Someone help me before my heart tears.
All right, judges, on the count of 3, raise your scores.
I don't got no marker, no board.
That's why this is practice. It's under your seat.
I got it.
All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Judges, raise your scores. All right, from lowest to highest. I can barely see that. I'm going to come over here. Okay. From lowest to highest, and we're going to boo the first score. We always boo the first score. 7.7. Then, I'm sorry, low score. 7.5. Boom! 7.7. We have an 8. We have an 8.1. And we have an 8.9. We will give the scores at the end. There will be a tally, but if you want to tally, you'll see it.
Can I have Tyrinda Hale to start making her way to the side of the stage, please? She's already there, huh? All right, guys, here we go. Put your hands together, stomp your feet as we welcome Miss Bethany White to the stage.
I open my eyes and I look around. I'm in a perfect home, a perfect room, a perfect world. I walk into the kitchen and see a big healthy breakfast, along with my two siblings who are perfect and likely to be very wealthy. Then I hear an alarm clock and I blink my eyes 3 times. And I open my eyes and I try to despise, but I can't. My house, I can't believe it's still standing. I hear yelling and screaming and cursing too. It's from my mom and my dad. I wish they would stop, but it was nothing new. Sometimes they would argue for hours and hours. Sometimes daddy and mama. It was always a big drama. I go to the kitchen and see nothing there, just dirty old dishes and clothes that we can no longer wear. My sister and brother both look up to me, hoping that I will leave them out of all the pain they see. With my brother 6 and my sister 4, they've been through so much pain, I just don't know what to do anymore. My sister that's 4, the young as she is, doesn't think her life matters as much as it did. My brother that's 6, being the oldest young kid, has dreams of gunshots and fighting to the end. I just can't believe my world is like this. I asked my mama why she was still with daddy. She said because deep down he just want to make us happy. But I told her I was scared of him, that he's a terrible man. She just looked at me and said that it was all in God's hands. After school, daddy won't be home until later. Until late, but mama always said to wait until he was here. I I don't know why or how she didn't have fear, but when I woke up again, Mama was still waiting, but by this time I could see in her eyes her patience was slowly fading. And I started to act was wrong, but I knew he was gone too long. One day turned into 5 months since we seen our father. My mother isolated in her room, 4 glass bottles around her. At night, she's let out on the floor, then I'm cleaning behind her once more. In the daylight, she just yells and screams as I contemplate whether we should try and leave. But I can't stand the thought of being like my father, leaving everything behind without a notice or a bother. The drinks have gotten worse. I can't stand this anymore. My sister and brother can't not let me just take them out the door. As days went by, I thought I could handle it. My mother, I thought I could manage it. Until one day, I came home, my brother was on the floor. His face was all too damaging. As he was holding his stomach, he was crying out quietly, oh Lord, just please take care of me. I rushed over to him, my mother nowhere to be found. All I could do was look into his eyes and say, I'm here now. 5 minutes later, I saw his eyes shut and heard his last breath and instant heart drop. The most terrifying moment of my life, I didn't know what to do. I started to leave, contemplating where I should get off my feet. I can't move, I'm frozen, but I hear someone coming. I rush to get out the door, I don't know where I'm going if my decision was poor. There's hands in my mouth, I'm being dragged in the opposite direction. I can't see who it is and I can't see anything. But then I blinked my eyes again and oh my gosh, it was the enemy. Her hands around my neck, I couldn't believe it. The one who brought me into this world was about to betray me just like my father did to me.
Judges, on the count of 3, and you know it gets heavy up here on this stage. It gets heavy up here on this stage. 3, 2, 1. All right. From lowest to highest, we have an 8. Boo! We have an 8.1. We have an 8.9. We have a 9. And we have a 9.7. Wow. Man, that reminds me of these things called staccatos. Okay, so I travel the world doing poetry slams. Let me clarify. Travel the nation, not the world, but travel the nation. And so it's a brother from Florida. His name is Keith, and he said that he made up these things called staccatos, where he gives old words new definitions. So I'm going to try one of those on you. All right. So I'm going to say the word, and you're going to repeat it. I'm going to say the word, you're going to repeat it, and I will give you the new definition. Are you ready to say yeah?
Yeah.
Cinnamon.
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 What the doctor tells the nurse. Everybody laugh. All right. So let me tell you how these staccatos are supposed to happen. You do not want your neighbor to think, the person beside you to think you didn't get it. You want them to think that you got it, so you laugh real quick. Let's practice laughing. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'll try one more, and then we'll move to the next poem. All right. Elevator.
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 Darth Vader's sister. Elevator.
Someone needs to sit back, sit out. All right, guys, here we go. Let's welcome to the stage contestant number 2, Miss Tyrinda Hale.
My life is a downward spiral. Depression pulls me down and puts so much pressure it breaks me. My depression is the definition of sadness. It takes control of me. I cut up my wrist as if it'll make me feel better. I'm sliding down this slippery slope that I try so hard to escape. I lie to people I'm okay just as much as a lion roars. I'm used to the fake laugh because happiness doesn't last. I keep every feeling inside. I cry and cradle myself trying to keep the critical things in. My depression tells me every day to end it all. My tears run down my face like a rushing waterfall. As the blood drips from my wrist. I wish, oh how I wish my life would just end. That's depression and how it truly is.
Great job. Ladies and gentlemen, judges. 3, 2, 1. Raise them high. From lowest to highest. We got a 7.8. Boo! Boo! We got a 7.9. We have a 7.9. We have an 8.1. And we got an 8.4. All right.
All right, let's bring our next one out. Stomp your feet, clap your hands for Miss Camry Cox.
Addiction, it always has to seem to have. Addiction, it always seems to have control of something in my life, but it no longer surprises me because now it over-prioritizes me. D, drugs, something you've seen, something you used to redeem yourself since you were a teen like me once free but now condemned. D, disappearance, you come and go, my self-esteem has become so low. It's like I'm standing in front of a million people, missing something as simple as a free throw. Irresponsible, unstoppable letdowns, meltdowns, you've forgotten me more than once, you've let me down more than once, and it just seems to never stop. Unreliable isn't even the word. Nothing can explain how you make me feel. Now I look at my personal appeal and I see something different. Commitment. You committed your life to these drugs and lost all 4 of us. Not only you lost your children, you lost bonds that were worth 1 in a million. Time. It's gone and I'm 14 and nowhere to be seen. I heard you in New Orleans, but by all means, I feel like this time was wasted. You make me feel like a waste because my own mother can't take her own place. Insulting. You started throwing words and screams. Our situation has become so much more extreme. You've allowed the stress of us sleeping on the floor become so much more. Now you're throwing glass and vases, and I never forgot the traumatizing class beside my head just because we couldn't afford a bed. Observant. My whole life I've been observant, and more especially when I was with you. I watched lots of people listen to your lies that weren't even believable. I learned people aren't dependable, and people aren't consistent, neglected, and invested with your lies, and it ties me on the neck because it causes me to check in with God again and ask for help once again, but it's like a cycle that never ends. And I can't even deny you because look at me, I look just like you, and when people see you, they don't see me, and when people see me, they don't see you. So Mom, I'm sorry that you can't be free.
Wow. All right, judges. I would want to be a judge, and actually, for the judges that have low scores, there is no security. That is right. All right, so on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. That was a scratch, old school. All right, so from lowest to highest, we have a 7.7. Whoa. We have a 7.9. We have an 8.3. We have an 8.5. And we have a 9.1.
All right, let's bring it to the stage. Let's keep it rolling. Give it up for Miss Cassidy Wardlow.
Perfection. It's not possible. It's just a lie. Trust me. I've tried many times, trying to make sure I always look good, but there's always something that needs to be fixed. My hair is too frizzy, my shoulders are too broad, my stomach sticks out too much, my hair is too fat, or my face is too fat. I can't stop thinking these thoughts. They follow me everywhere I go, running in a continuous cycle through my mind. I can't stop thinking them. I don't know how to make them stop. They come at me when I least expect it. Some days I feel great. I'm not scared to wear shorts and sandals and run around and have fun with other kids. Other days, I don't want to leave the house without my baggy t-shirt and those leggings that stop people from seeing every part of me. The good days are great, and I really enjoy having them, but other days counteract them, bringing me down and pointing out all my flaws, all the things that are wrong with me, all my insecurities that I try so hard to bury deep down inside. I know I'll never be quite there. I'll never really be perfection. But the more I think it over, and the more days that pass by, the more I realize that maybe I'm okay with not being perfection.
Man, I knew she was talking about me. She was like, his belly stick out. And I was like, how did I get in the pool? On the count of 3, judges. 1, 2, 3. From lowest to high, we have, and just leave them up, judges. We have a 7.6. We have an 8.5. We have an 8.7. We have an 8.7. And we have a 9. Applause. Man, you know what? I do these things called 1-2s. And I borrowed it from this deaf poet from HBO, and her name is Queen Sheba, and she lives in Atlanta. And so she calls them something else, but I said I'm going to use those. And she gives you 2 options, and you pick out the option that answers the question. So I'm going to give you a 1-2, and I need 1-2s because I'm hip hop. Don't let me know. All right. So anyway, I call it 1-2s for the turntables, right? So who's a better singer, Rihanna or her? Okay, let me try 2 more. Who's a better singer, Whitney or Beyonce? Okay. Which one is worse? Bad breath or foot over?
I'm gonna say for being up here with Ron, bad breath. Just kidding. All right, let's bring to the stage Kamari Goldberg.
My imagination is all I have left to use. My life is electricity, but it's missing the fuse. He was never there for me, never there to care for me. If he was a good dad, you see, he wouldn't avoid his responsibilities. But where is he? And where was he when I needed him? He wasn't there to teach me how to ride a bike or to be tough. He didn't help me through the situations when the times got rough. All these years I had this empty spot that made me feel like I wasn't enough. He had a choice to raise his daughter, but he didn't make that choice. Should I even call him my father? He's more like a deadbeat. He didn't teach me how to swim so I could float instead of sink. He wasn't there when I was 2 to teach me how to walk on my feet. He didn't hold me late at night so I could fall back asleep. And he was never there in the crowd actually supporting me. The only thing he did for me was leave a chest of questions and he took the key. And he wasn't there to protect me from this horrifying reality. But this is my reality, a missing piece from my family.
Great job. And I like that too. She stopped her. She was like, yeah. All right, so judges. 1, 2, 3. Raise them high. All right, from lowest to highest. We have an 8.2. We have an 8.4. We have an 8.4. No, I'm sorry. Not 8.4. We have an 8.7. We have an 8.8. And we have an 8.9. Applause.
All right, let's keep it rolling. Let's give a big round of applause for Miss Kaylee Gerald.
The keys to a healthy life are nutrition. This is what they say. So what? They ridicule you for your looks. They laugh. Maybe not about you, but that's what you think. You think you aren't good enough. You can't make yourself any better. Somehow starving makes you feel better than a shower. One day to grow your stomach being pride. I can't breathe. I'm dizzy, but this means nothing. The envy corrupting my once pure mind like a stain. The logic I possess is a prisoner to my fear. The world becomes an uncertain puddle of darkness. What day is it? When is the last time I ate? Who am I? Maybe a shell of the person I used to be, although now I question if she was ever there. Unbearable are the thoughts, your head is spinning. Are you really hungry, or does your stomach just hurt? What happened to you? You've lost weight, you're getting tall and slim like your sister. This is what perfect sounds like. My eyes are forever glazed like glass. Blurs. Am I even real right now? Never being good enough, feeling that everyone is better than me. An hour feels like years. This is supposed to be perfection, so why? Is perfection being cold and hungry all the time? Is perfection always thinking, my mind running in circles around the same questions? If this is perfection, then why do I feel so lost? When did I become so empty?
All right, judges. Uno. Dos, thank you for having me out. Tres, with an S. Tres. I gotta roll the R. Tres. Yeah, get me straight. All right, let's see what you had. From lowest to high, we have a 7.3. We have a 7.9. We have an 8. We have an 8.2. We have an 8.9. Applause. I have another staccato, so remember the laugh. All right. So, neighbor. What the cold horse said. This last one for right now. Pharmacy. When the professional gardener looks out at his crops. Pharmacy.
Man. Bro. Put me as center going. Can I just get up and read?
Hey, look, some of these are time release jokes, and you won't get them to the drive home. You'll be like, oh, man, pharmacy.
I think some of these time relief jokes need a life sentence. All right. Put your hands together for Miss Mia Griffin.
Regrets, we've all had them. There are something we never forget. They can alter how we see the world and change our lives. Our view will never be the same. We learn from it. Now, imagine that view as a window. The window itself is our mind. The view outside is, well, our view. Our regrets dirty the window and they're hard to clean off. We can't get over them. Everyone has a different window though. Some people clean them, others don't even bother. But everyone has a different view. We have a duty. We have a responsibility for that window. We have to keep that window clean and healthy. Everything we do affects it. The good things and the bad things. We'll do either of them to satisfy our need of attention, safety, education, amusement, and many other things. We can pet or kill a puppy. We can hurt or help others. We can do drugs. We can do anything. But it does have consequences. They're hurting our mind, our window. It can even be irreparable. But maybe someday when we get help, it'll be like cleaning a window.
All right, judges. 1, 2, 3, raise them high. From low to high, we have a 7. Oh! We got a 7.3. We got a 7.7. We got a 7.8. And we have an 8.2.
All right, let's keep it rolling. Let's welcome to the stage Mr. Tyler Holland.
Because I did not take place for respect. Respect commonly took place for me. Respect, it's everywhere, yet not a drop to rarely occur. The sprightliness that's really unbounded, above all is the enthusiasm, the extraordinary, enormous enthusiasm. Down, down, down into the hole of the enthusiasm, gently I see it, the infinite, the boundless, the limitless. I cannot help but stop and look at my generation as a whole. It's shocking. Now, it's just a thing to get me wondering if the positivity, enthusiasm, and respect is just a step up we all need. I saw the traits of my generation destroyed, how I mourn the humility. I will never forget that humility.
Man, I like that swagger. It just... That's cool. It's all in the walk. It's all in the walk. 3, 2, 1. All right. From lowest to high, we have a 7.6. Oh, we got a 7.8. We got an 8. We have an 8.3. And we have a 9.2.
All right, this young lady's ready to go. Let's put your hands together for Miss Eva Davis.
The hate you give. When you see 12, throw your hands up. You say you really didn't mean it, and this is all a mix-up. Mama screaming, what have you done? She feels so broken because you've taken her son. But did you know, because of you, he'll never return home? You've taken his life over a brush or a comb. Another innocent life gone down the drain. I hope you know that you caused his family so much pain. I wonder, from taking his life, what did you gain? But we don't want revenge, we just want to be sane. We just want justice, no more, no less. Ever since you've taken him, we haven't gotten much rest. Gone, gone, like Trayvon, Dean, Alton, even little Amaya too. They'll never open up their eyes again because of you. Wow. Even the biggest, loudest voices are never to be heard. We don't want any trouble. We just want justice to be served. We protest and we march, but still you cannot see all the hate you give to me.
Ain't no evil
All right. On the mark of C, A, B, C. Raise them high. A, B, C. All right, all right, all right. From lowest to high, we have an 8.8. Whoa! We got a 9. We have a 9.1. We have a 9.2. And we have a 9.2.
All right, let's welcome to the stage Miss Linda Pacheco.
You keep ignoring that voice until you can't ignore it anymore. And that's when the lights from your life slowly start to turn off, one by one. And a single tear on your cheek slowly, miraculously falls.
Wow. All right. It's hot in here. I'm glad I'm not a judge. I'm glad I'm not a judge. All right. C, B, A. Raise them up. That was backwards. All right. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. From lowest to high, we have a 7.9. Whoa! Then we got a 7.9. Then we have an 8.3. Then we got an 8.3. Then we got an 8.9. You know, Chad, I was thinking, man, what do you call a magic dog?
What do you call a magic dog?
A labracadabra. I got one more. I'm killing it. Hey, all right, check it out. I'm in my swag now. All right, here we go. I'm lit. Already, period. All right, so, why don't cows have feet? Because they lactose. Because they lactose. Hey, Chad, that's great. I'm going to talk to Chad right quick. Yo, Chad, my uncle is a farmer. I told him that joke. Man, he got so mad at me, he threw milk in my face. How dare we? How dare we?
I'm fixing to bring out a song. Put your hands together for the song.
You make me angry. You make me cry. You give me problems every hour of my life and I don't know why. The only person that I don't hear, see, or even call during the day. This makes me feel as if I'm going to throw a terrible temper tantrum. You are the person that I love, but you're not there to show it. I love you so much. The only person I wish I could just sit down with and just explain all the thoughts and feelings that go through my head. The only person I wish I could just have 30 minutes of time with. All these thoughts and emotions and much more go through my head every single day. Do you think of me as much as I think of you? I bet you don't. I bet you don't even care.
was talking about a relative. You think of me like I think of you? You better not be talking about no boy club. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Raise them high. Raise them high. Alright, we got one with a slow marker. Okay, here we go. From lowest to high, we got 8.1. Oh. We have an 8.7. We have a 9. We have a 9.2. And we have a 9.2. Applause.
All right, Ron. This is our last poet of this 6th and 8th grade competition.
Wow.
So let's put our hands together for Miss Ava Hensley.
Paranoia is like an old friend to me. I welcome it in like a guest and act kindly even when it spends days on the couch without helping with chores. I don't seem to mind when it bums money off me for recreational purposes, but every time it's off my back, another worry sets in. When will it return? Will it have gotten any better than before? It seems as though it never left. The traces of it are scattered like crumbs around my mind, forming a claw that grasps my shoulder every time I like my shirt, I like my makeup, I like my chest, I like my hair. I can't get a break, and even when it's not apparent it's there, I can always sense its body crouched and ready to pounce and sink its teeth into my fingers. My fingers, the things I use every day to read and write and draw. I love to draw. It's been my passion and career choice for years. I love the shapes and the colors. It's so pretty. Oh, am I ranting? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's something I say on a daily basis, not because I'm polite or because I'm sweet, but because I'm scared that I've caught someone off guard, that they're angry at me. Anger scares me so much. It's like Paranoia's older cousin came to town and is prepared to beat me up in the parking lot of a Denny's. I get off topic. I'm sorry. Oh, did I say it again? Guess what? As you can infer, I am not an optimist by any means. I try to say, it's okay, look on the bright side, but it's hard to fool yourself like you fool your friends by saying, you're fine, it's nothing, you haven't touched your wrists in days. I'd say it's about time to end this, I guess, but just know, when paranoia comes crawling up your spine, it's not my fault for sending him your way. Thank you for being such a kind audience. I'm sorry. Oh.
Judges, get it right. I'm not supposed to say that. Y'all supposed to say that. But anyway, 3, 2, 1, go. From lowest to high, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 9.5. We have a 9.5. We have a 9.6. We got a 9.7. And then we got our first Tennessee. Now, this is what I want to happen. This is what I want to happen. Did you all have a great time with the middle school poets? Say, oh yeah. All right. So this time I want to put it on the measuring stick, okay? All right. Let me see. Say yeah. Okay, that right there was about a 7. Can we get a 10? Let me see. Say yeah. Wow. Clap it up for that. But you know what? Y'all can do better than a 10. This time I want a 13. I want a 13. Y'all thought I was going to stop at 10. Say yeah! Yeah! Please put your hands together for all All right. So if we have to. All right. I want one of the righteous members to do a poem. Okay. Jacob is going to come up, and right before we do the scores, this young man is part of Righteous, and Righteous is a poetry troupe, once again, that Stacy McAdoo conceptualized, and we both put it in order, and he's going to present a poem for you today. Yes, yes. So please give it up for Jacob Cunningham, also known as Jay Slim.
I didn't know I was doing a poem. It's loud. I didn't know I was doing a poem, man. Alright. I'm gonna do a poem. It's called Let Me Explain. No, I'm doing a poem called Potential. So I'm gonna need y'all help. Y'all gonna help me out, right? Yeah. Alright. So in my poetry I got a line, right? It's kind of to keep the crowd involved. So the line is, I know y'all not on track, so I'm gonna be able to say I'm gonna take y'all. Y'all gotta say back, so y'all gotta be listening for that line. Let's practice. I know y'all not on track, so I'm gonna be able to say I'm gonna take y'all. Alright, cool. This poem is called Potential. I'll be alive. The hood knows all the actors, the rappers, the dudes that could be pastors. I know a brother that got a 32 on the ACT, but instead he wanted to go on the killing spree. Had 20/20 vision, but still could not see. Now he could have got out the hood, he could have went to school for free. But instead he wanted to carry guns and shoot out the flame. See, that school stuff to him was lame. To me, his hood was the blame, because at a young age he taught him the monkey game. I know y'all not on track, so I'm gonna be all the I'm gonna take y'all. I said his hood was the blame, because at a young age he taught him the monkey game. See, he had two guns when it was all said and through. Monkey 1, monkey 2. The left shoot, the right shoot. The right shoot, the left shoot. Monkey see, monkey do. See, it's so sad that all he had was the hood to him, bro. His mother was on crack and his father he didn't know. No father figure around from the shoulders wasn't the way to go. The only pops he ever had was in a bowl. The only pops he ever had was in a bowl, so all he knew was to let them cannons blow like a runny nose. See, this boy, his name is Fred. He'd rather be dead. Asked him was not my parents hurt. The 50 bled. No one ever showed love or made sure he was fed. He only knew how to fight and make the bullets spread. He nicknamed his fist Bobby and Whitney, because when they come together, they crackheads. Now, I know I ain't gotta stop, but to be honest, y'all, like that last one on the line, I know y'all probably are on track, but I'm gonna be on the favor, I'm gonna take y'all. I said, this boy's name is Fred, he'd rather be dead, as he was not parents hurt. The 50 player, no one ever showed love or made sure he was fed. He only knew how to fight and make the bullets spread. He nicknamed his fist Bobby and Whitney, because when they come together, they crackheads. First name Fred, last name Hart. His family left him and they broke apart. His mom ain't nice, which made him cold as ice, which to me is wrong. He hits like a bone. He got this thin line of hate up his butt like a thong. See, crazy ass family name is Hart, but they're really not strong. His heart is cold as an ice cube, and his family name is Hart, but they don't ride alone. Kevin Hart, Ice Cube, don't ride alone. See, I told him, you can't be living in the South, praying it out, praying that one day God may take you out. He said, I don't have much time left to come about. 2 weeks later, they found that he shut himself in his mouth. And at the funeral, it was so sad as such. All we talked about was how he had potential, how he did so much. And it made me think. I couldn't believe I was too blind to see that. If I don't get my act that this could be me. So I'm going to shout out my life very presidential. Because Killing of a Good Man is a movie, and I don't want to make a sequel. I'm real special with this pencil. I got a strong mental, so I'm going to make sure I don't die and fail on my potential. Thank you.
All right, we're about to get those scores.
Come back. Okay, good. Very good. Come here. Come here.
Now Ron wants to be quiet. I'm going to say this. Before any points were tabulated, before any scores were come up, the fact that these poets got on the stage and poured out their hearts, you were first place in my heart. All right, let's get this bad boy rolling. In third place in the first annual Poetry Slam, put your hands together for Miss Azaria Martin.
Go ahead and clap it up while she comes to the stage.
All right. In second place, put your hands together for Miss Eva Davis. First place in our first annual Poetry Slam for grades 6 and 8. Drum roll, please. Stomp your hands, light a fire. Let's give it up for Miss Ava Hensley.
Chad, this has been so good, and we have more to go.
Sure do.
Oh, yeah.
See, I bet you y'all are coming to this thinking, we're going to hear some roses are red, violets are blue. Y'all didn't know it was going to be brought like that.
Bring it the fire.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hot, the mic is, Jacob, how's the mic, man? Is the mic hot?
Oh, yeah.
Like a skillet. Yeah. Yeah, so lit. Thank you. We're about to get into the high school portion of this slam. Are y'all ready to say yeah?
Before you get started, Ron, I did want to acknowledge our scorekeepers over here. Miss Shannon Puckett and Gina Perkins. Working hard over here, y'all. Thank you.
They are probably the hardest workers in the whole slam because they have to stay on their toes and get the calculators out and count their toes and their fingers and the ears and nose and everything. Make sure the scores are right. What? Wait a minute. Huh? Ooh. All right. So the dangerous thing about this right here is they put me on the mic by myself, and we're about to do this thing. I think we're going to have a calibration point for this part as well. Oh, yeah. So we're about to get this on and popping. And while we're here right now at this time, let me say that in Little Rock, there is a Metro Little Rock Poetry Slam for teens is a team, a poetry team competition. And the prize is $400. Say $400. Raise your hand if you like money. Raise your hand if you feel like money, you could, you know, it's a good thing to have in your life. All right, so if you have a 13 through 19-year-old person, you all can form a team from 13 to 19, you're eligible. And the team has to be at least 3 people and no more than 6 people. So you can put a team together with 3 people. You must have one group poem, which means that you all perform the group poem. All right, one person performs a 3-minute group poem. All right, and you will see an example of that later in the show. So, if you want to be a part of this, we will let you have more information. But now, on with the show!
All right, guys, it's time to start our 9th through 12th grade. We're going to start off with our calibration poet.
That's right.
So put your hands together for Miss Megan Reed.
I was asked to write about a part of my life that defines me. Something in my story that is important to me. It took me some time to think of one. I even had to ask my mom for help, but nothing worked. Then at some point, I thought of one. One point in time that mattered most. It was this point in time when we are told to cram information in our heads to pass the test, then move on. Or back in middle school when we were taught manners and respect. A time when grades are everything and real friends can be hard to find. All those moments you learn something new about yourself or something new about the world, those moments are important. Asking me to talk about one thing in my life that made a difference is hard for me. I try to learn from every situation I find myself in. The basic story of my life has shaped me into who I am. I don't have one defining moment, they all define me.
All right, judges, 3, 2, 1. Raise them high. All right. We have, from lowest to high, we have a 7.9. Boom. We have, people change their scores. We have an 8.1. We have an 8.2. We have an 8.3. And we have an 8.4.
All right. I know it's our second round of this, but you got to keep the energy going, right? Let's hear you, right? Oh, come on, let's hear you, right? All right, give it up for Jared Midnight.
What is life? Life is special. Growing up, my mother always taught me to be healthy, but it's a whole other me now. I can't even see. Am I blind, or do I not know what to eat? Growing up, I'm hungry. I'm looking for that one special love. It was given to me, but now it's taken away. I try so hard to face my fears every day. I put on a smile to hide my pain away. But it's not good. What am I supposed to say? What do I got to do? Think about it. You. Are you happy? Or are you just alone? It's dark. I gotta go home. Sometimes I don't know where to run. But in my mind, I say, go pick up a gun. I can't pick it up because I'm scared. I'm scared people will hate me. I'm scared people will not love me because of what I do. But what can I say? Can you try to help me, or can I help you?
All right. So got to go down in the natural way. We got the judges 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's go up. 3, 2, 1. Raise them high from lowest to high. So about to go down from lowest to high. Come on, slow with the pen. All right, that's it. All right, here we go. From lowest to high. 8.1. Oh, we got an 8.3. Okay, that was an 8.2. The scorekeepers got that? All right. Not an 8.7. Okay. That was a funny looking 7. 7 out of 10.
You got the judges hollering at you, man?
That's all right. We ain't got no security out there.
Let's bring to the stage. Put your hands together for Mr. Cameron Phillips.
No clue what was wrong with my brother and me. As kids, we climbed a tree higher than we could ever be. Standing tall and strong, that tree was. Even though we had our flaws and weaknesses, we climbed that tree. I was scared of the high places and what to be. The tree sat at the end of our road where the sun would rise. And every day, me and my brother would climb that tree, trying to go higher. Bit by bit, we climbed more each day. One day, I fell from that tree. I looked as if a man falling from the sunrise, a ball flaming from the heavens. And then the bus came. People laughed at the fallen angel that just fell from the heavens. And the embarrassment didn't even matter. What mattered was my spirit and body was broken. I got back up and I tried again the very next day. And as time passed, I learned to control my fear and push to the top of that tree. That unforgiving, menacing, merciless tree. And through all the horrors and evils I faced at my house that made my life hard, I pulled through. My brother and I lost a lot through our times and failed at life. Just as we failed to climb that tree, we never let our life get us down. And just like that tree, the heat and cold never stopped us from climbing that tree. We knew what we wanted to be, fighters and winners. And just like that tree, climbing that tree, we had to climb over life and conquer it.
He's ready. Judges. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right, we got too slow with the pen, too slow with the pen. Now we are in the mix, and I see it good now this time. Make sure no tails on none of these numbers up here. From lowest to high, 8.5. Boom. Then we have an 8.7. Then we have an 8.7. We got an 8.9. And we got an 8.9. Applause. Hey, Chad, I just want to tell Chad something. Like one day I was out and I tried to catch the fog and I missed.
I ain't gonna touch that. Put your hands together for Mr. Mike Batcher.
We stand in line. We stand in line for the bus. We stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. We stand for the national anthem. We know the words, but we don't know why we stand. I look at the flag, I see the colors, the red. That shows the blood of heroes, the blood. The blood that shows the sacrifice of American heroes who died to preserve our freedom, whose blood was shed for their family, your family, and mine. For our rights, their blood was shed for as well. The white shows American courage, the courage that built America, courage that gives the American people hope in their hearts, courage that overthrew an empire. The stars shows in America you can reach for the stars if you choose. The blue shows the American sense of pride, shows Americans can get knocked down but stand again stronger than before. I am an American. I won't back down as an American. The pledge is my pledge. The anthem is my anthem. I stand for the blood of heroes. I stand for the courage and hope. I stand for the American pride. I stand for Old Glory.
All right, judges. A, B, C. Hold them high. Hold them up. From lowest to high, we have a 7.9. We have an 8.1. We have an 8.5. We have an 8.6.
frightened. In an old dark house where all seemed to hide, I saw you hiding in this garden. I want to speak to you, but I can't. I can't show you a room part of myself. In this lonely world I've locked myself in, I've become so unknown, curious to know. I put on a mask to finally see you. I'm shattered and afraid you'll leave me in the end too. The pretty flower I bloomed, I want to give to you after I take off this mask. It resembles you, but I know I can never do that. I have to hide. I'm a monster. You leave this garden, but this time to never return. You ran away. I'm easy to forget. There's no name you can call me. Even though I know you're gone, I still want you. Maybe if I had the courage to stand before you, things would be different. I'm crying, it's gone, and I'm all alone again. But still I'll watch for you every day, hoping you'll come back. The flowers are wilting along with my time.
It's hot on the stage, the mic is ready, the mic is ready. 3, 2, 1. Raise them high, raise them high. All right. Okay. All right. From lowest to high, we got a 7.6. Oh. We have an 8.2. We have an 8.6. We have an 8.7. We have a 9.6. Apply. Man, I went to the doctor, and he said I was suffering from kleptomania. Okay. Yeah, he said I need to take some.
You need to take it to the house. All right, let's welcome our next poet. Put your hands together for Mr. Jerry Noble.
Depression, oppression, obsession. Subject matter for this session. In this school called life, what's the big lesson? Father, forgive us where we have sinned, but we do these things just to fit in. We, me, them, they. This is high school, but we're all actors in this play. Act 1. Depression. No need for first to last names here. Ugly, flat, stupid. These are all the names that we hear. We're deaf to the positive and positive of the negative value placed on us. Forget Washingtons and Lincolns, the only things worth saying, worth anything by friends we can trust. Friends of depression. Yeah, there are a few you know on the show, some of you may even know. Cold like black steel, friends named Smith and Wesson, and when they take center stage, they only have one question. Bully, now who's poor, weird, gay, blow, right in your face. Act 2. Oppression. It doesn't matter how hard we try when the government doesn't even look up when we die. We're rigor mortis when we're held up at gunpoint, but they shoot us down, smoking us like a joint. The same joint shoved in our mouths by popular culture, which molds our minds to be puppets and sculptures. Looking like their century-old stereotypes. You know, high school gangbangers, high school athlete playmakers, only live to go to our father's genotypes. Funneling into prison cells and unemployment lines. Act 3. Obsession. Jordan's, Polo, Nike. I spend a lot of money to have people like me. With TV and drop left and right, I'm constantly dropping rate to be considered looking right. Doing squats to cake up, no filters needed with all that makeup. Mad Fenty, Two-Face, but make no mistake, these two-faced fake friends, real quick to ditch you to blend in. Who cares if you get 3 likes on every photo you share? I'll create my own stage. We, me, them, they. This is high school, and we're all actors in the play. Alright, let me ask you this. How do you envision each story? What they look like, what color was their skin, where did they come from, what were they like within? These are the 3 faces in my school, and it's messed up that the 3 faces in every school, the faces of depression, oppression, obsession.
high. From lowest to highest, we have an 8.5. Boom. We have an 8.8. We have a 9.1. We have a 9.5. And we got a 9.7. You know what? Man, I'm gonna tell the truth. I said, Chad, I need some jokes, and he was like, man, I got a whole list of them that I use all the time. And so I said, I don't understand this one. So see if you can get it. He said, I know. What has four wheels? I don't know what I said first. What has 4 wheels and flies? A garbage truck. Thanks, Chad.
There's a few there. You ready? Is that one really stuck? All right, put your hands together for Mr. Nazareth Campbell.
The good Lord's looking tight. He won't let you have that fight all alone. Like Carrie said, this is our temporary home. So you're lost. Right there's the light. So try and take your flight. With them gleaming angel wings that God's gave us. But dang, we have so little trust. Still don't want to take off? What does that mean? We're not found and still lost. Well, let me tell you this. He has you tight right in his fist. You believe in God, you'll go to church. But do you really listen to the words? That preacher behind the pulpit, just an album, but that thought you have, it doesn't have God in it. He's the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. God's perfect child, the one who never sinned. Jesus, he's cured the leper, turned the life around for the prostitute. But take a second. What can he do for you? Yeah, we slip up, yeah, we messed up, but he'll always forgive us. We get another chance. I'll rant, till it's in your head, even if you're hanging by a fine thread. You'll get your reaching, just repent. And that's because of the one that was sent. He was nailed to the cross, his arms were spread wide. On a post that was meant for you, also for mine. He died for me, he took us, and he saved us. From the suffering that was just. But wait a second. Let me give you the best. It'll last eternal. For something that is within and is very personal. A decision to be made by a price that was paid. It's a trip down the wrong road. Let me tell you if you haven't been told. Believe in him as your one and only. He will come in. There's no more lonely. He is the true God, last and the first. You'll go through the hard times, but truly, you're not cursed. Confess your sinner and that you have sinned. That light, remember, is no longer dim. Take him in and make him shine. Praise the Lord, he is mine.
Good job. All right, judges. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Raise them high. Raise the roof. From lowest to high, we have a 7.8. Boom. We have a 7.9. We have an 8.9. We have a 9.09. Yeah. And we have a 9.1. Yeah. You know, before we move on, I just, Chad told me to do something. Thanks, Chad. So, I want to play the rhyming game. Everybody say, yay! Yay! I was coming down a place that I had to scope. You finished this rhyme. I was in a place called Oh! Yeah, that's how you play the rhyming game. I looked outside. I didn't see any fog. The weather was clear. It wasn't raining cats and... No!
always happy. Even if they are, at times, it's fake. I know that even though I seem happy all the time, I am not. Sometimes I fake a smile just to make it through the day. Sometimes I wonder if I really should start my day with a smile. I wonder if I should get up and face the cruelness of the world. But then I think about all of my friends and how they would worry if I didn't show up, and how they worry if I seem even a little upset. Then I think to all of the people who have it worse off than me. And then I know the reason I smile, the reason I get up to face the cruel world. I smile for the people that need a positive person. I smile for those that think nobody loves them. I smile for those who have seen the darkest parts of this world. I smile to be that small fire in somebody's darkest night. I smile for my uncle, who was really down and depressed. One day, I went up to him and asked if he needed a hug. And he said he did. He really did. Now, he is almost always happy. I smile and stay happy so that maybe I can help someone through their day just by smiling. Those are the reasons I smile. The reasons I am always happy.
Somebody got it too. All right, so here we go. 3, 2, 1, raise them up. From lowest to high, we have an 8.5. Whoa! We have an 8.8. We have an 8.8. We have an 8.9. And we have a 9.2.
Ron, you ready? It's our last one. Wait. On our last one, could you say, this is our last one in your LL Cool J impersonation?
I need love. This is our last one. CSI.
That's talent, man. Put your hands together.
Ask me to be Ice Cube right quick.
Be Ice Cube real quick.
This is our last one.
Last one. Introduces our last one as Little John. Hey, you know what's our last one? See, we just have been playing. All right. Our last poet. Give it up for Miss Sydney Jones.
On a 2001 autumn day, my mother drove herself to the nearest hospital to have this angel you see before you extracted from her womb via C-section. I reached out for you, but all my little arms could grab was cold hospital air because you weren't there, because you didn't care if this little baby entered this world alone and afraid. You let me down, Dad, for the first time, but not the last. For the first few years of my life, I was in and out of hospitals and waking up in hospital rooms filled to the brim with your suffocating absence became my new normal. When I was 6 years old, I got bullied a lot on the school bus. My skin was freckled with shades of blue and purple from where she would hit me for telling on her for hitting me. You weren't there to protect me. Every Father's Day for years, I didn't know what to do, because what does a kid do when she has a father but not a dad? So I made you a stupid card. Happy Father's Day, Dad. I love you. I knew that was a lie, and I'm not supposed to lie. Mama said not to lie, but I was afraid to tell the truth, so I lied to you. And I lied to myself every year until I turned 15, and I gathered the strength to give up on the person who had already given up on me. I still hate Father's Day. When I was 11, I lost my cousin. A small piece of me flew away to heaven like a butterfly with angel wings. I needed a shoulder to cry on, but I had to settle for my bedroom carpet when I wept into it like it was someone who could hold me. That carpet will forever be stained with the saltwater tears of a young girl who just learned life's most difficult lesson, because that carpet could shoulder my misery better than you ever could. And when I was 12 years old, someone told me to work on my jokes because I would only ever be the funny friend. I would never be pretty enough to rely on my looks, so sorry I called you fat and ugly and worthless. And I'm sorry I told you I hated you. I don't hate you. I hate that I've spent the past 5 years trying to be funny just in case. Where were you, Dad, when I joked to make friends and laugh in the face of my own pain? When I was 16, I learned to drive without you. I got my license without you. And when I hit that deer in the middle of the road, I cried in my car alone. You were the last person on my mind, but I couldn't have called you even if I wanted to, because I don't have your number, Dad. I'm 17 now, and high school hasn't done me any favors. I faced the darkest months of my life, and I came out on the other side, beaten and bruised, but breathing and unbroken, and I did it all without you. You were never there to pick me up when I fell, so I learned to pick myself up. I learned to pick myself up out of those ashes, of the fire that you lit in me the first time you let me down, and never came back to put out. But now my flames are my own, and you're the one who's burning because you were never there, but I'm still here.
From lowest to high, we have a 9.9. Then we got a tennis shoe. So, team piece. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have coming to you now 2 other members of Righteous, and they're about to do a team piece. So, as I mentioned before, there is a team competition. A team piece is 2 or more people. It can be, I've seen as many as a whole group of people, like 20, 25 people do a group piece. And it can be as few as 2 people. So if you enter into the Going Poetry Slam, then you can have your final group piece be a 2-man or a 6-man. All right. And use the mic as a pickup.
Y'all really did blow the mic out. Y'all did so good. Okay, this one worked now. You want to know something I hate? I absolutely, positively hate words with multiple meanings. Like, what's the point? They make them for absolutely no reason. No reason at all. Like the word fall. Isn't it funny how people can fall under pressure? Or fall too deep in love? Or that little black boy fall into his knees and his hands up don't shoot protest? Oh, for God's sake, fall can even be a season. Season. So you mean to tell me by saying well season, I could be talking about the chicken on me last night? Or the only type of well-powered activists who don't get washed on every day like a hawk, the well-seasoned old people or foundation. Like, would anybody like to make a donation to the Black Lives Matter Foundation? Or the Let's Be Equal Foundation? Or the He Was Mentally Ill Too, so why doesn't he get the same treatment foundation? Like, seriously. Someone could literally be the foundation of a poetry club and still wear it on their face. Words with multiple meanings. I mean, you can't be serious, period, as in time. How can something from one point to another be called a period of time? But when black mamas say it, it's because they want the last word. I don't want to hear nothing else from you, period. And don't even get me started on this monthly BS going on in my service. Like, for real, who's in charge of this stuff? Charge. You can charge on your phone when it's on low power. But a big group of white people can just charge at Elizabeth Epford in a Little Rock now like a pack of wild wolves. Or that little black boy getting charged with the crime he didn't commit. Like these words with multiple meanings. It's messing up the flow like an unrhythmic beat. Like head bobbing music passed on for centuries. Or when your grandma beating them eggs into that lemon cake you're not supposed to touch. Don't touch that cake now. It's twisted like it's stir fried. Listen to the
individual piece, you can have choreography. You can sing in a piece. You can do a whole lot of different things. So anyway, clap it up one more time for Taylor and Courtney. Yeah, is it about that time?
It's about that time.
Yeah.
So, before we go on with this, guys, I just want to let you know that there's been some talent that has been across this stage. Ron, come in. There's been some talent that's been across the stage in the last couple of years since this place has been built. I guarantee you, none of it. And Bill Clinton was on this sucker a couple of weeks ago.
What?
No talent has been to the point of what we've seen today up here coming from these kids.
So, we are going to tell you all the places, but I need for everyone who signed up for the open mic to come to the side right here. Everyone who signed up for the open mic, please come to the side right here. All right. And so while they do that, I want you all to help me. All right. There's a little something that we all know and we can all participate in, and it means so much to our lives as human beings on this earth, the third planet from the sun. So please join me as I start this anthem of greatness that we all know. West Philadelphia, born and raised. So before we do open mic, we're going to crown our places in the high school poetry slam. Clap it up right now.
So before we begin, I need Miss Sierra Haas and Mr. Cameron Phipps on stage, please. The tension is in the air.
Clap it up as they come.
So I'm going to let Mr. My brother from another mother, Mr. Ron McAdoo, explain what's going on. But of course, we have so much talent. These are your tie for third place.
Yes. So, what I need is some crowd participation. This is something called Apollo style judging, where you, the audience, have an opportunity to participate and make the right decision. I don't know what the right decision is. It's on y'all. Chad, I'm so glad I'm hosting. And so I'm going to put a hand up above each contestant, and it is by crowd response. Everyone clear? Say yeah. Yeah. Okay, is that everyone? Everyone clear? Say yeah. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Maybe we could get an arm wrestle or something like that.
All right, only cheer for one person. That's the next step. All right. What y'all do? Say, we gonna divide up right now.
Well, it's looking to me like I have the answer.
Right. I'm like, well, okay. The teacher of the year, Stacy James McAdoo, has an answer. All right. Give it up for Cameron. So our fourth place goes to Sierra.
All right. Second place in our first annual Poetry Slam, grades 9 through 12, goes to Mr. Jerry Noble.
Here he comes, back it up.
Jerry, hold on just a second. With all that applause, you don't have to walk up here with some swag, brother. You ready? Let's see some swag. Swag-tastic.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll. First place in your first annual Poetry Slam contest, grades 9 through 12. Stomp your hands, stomp your feet, clap your hands, and give it up for Miss Sydney Jones.
First boy, come on up. What's your name, young lady? Give it up for Gracie!
I'm so OCD. Stop being so bipolar. I'm so anxious about the test tomorrow. Stop normalizing mental illness as a feeling that everyone has. That comes and goes. Mental illness is a feeling that stays there forever. There is not a single moment I do not feel my mental illness attacking and devouring me. I can't sleep at night because all I can think about is everything I did wrong during the day. Did I hurt Blank's feelings? Why is Blank mad at me? Did I lock the door? Oh, better go check for the 5th time tonight. But everyone deals with this, right? I just need to listen to all the people that don't struggle with constant anxiety anxiety. It just calmed down. I just need to listen to all the people that don't struggle with severe depression and be happy. Thank you for the advice, everyone. See this therapist and you'll be back to normal. Take this pill and you'll feel great. Why can't society see that this is my fate? I wasn't normal from the day that God developed me in my mother's womb. I have come to accept that my anxiety consumes me and eats away at me like a leech on the skin.
Give it up. Coming to the stage, Miss Alexia Johnson.
This is for the ones who get made fun of by the kids at school, who get called names like you're dumb, stupid, weird, and you're ugly. This is for the ones who are fed up with it. The ones who blame themselves for what is going on. The ones who crave themselves to sleep at night, thinking it will make everything okay, but it won't. This is for the ones who don't know. This used to be me. Just know you're not alone.
This is a poem about depression and anxiety, and let me tell you something. It rips the insides right out of me. The burning sensation starts down within and boils to the top, lighting up within, asking for a knife to make things worse. And then that's when everything bursts, and it makes me seem psychotic, but really I'm not at all. It just rots away my sanity, telling me to take a Xanax, and soon I'll get my strength back. But in reality, this is a never-ending feeling that only God can fix. And if you want to know the truth, it's like picking up sticks in a non-phase bliss. The devil may try to pull you back down. You can say, oh no, I'm not ever coming back around. You can end it in the right way by taking God's hand and walking on the sea. Just keep your eye on the prize of everything that we call it. Sincerely, a former victim otherwise, to redemption to our Heavenly Father of the skies.
Put your hands together for Mr. Max Logan.
Music, it's just wiggly air, it's just fancy sounds, it's just noise, but music doesn't care. It's expression, it's love, it's hate, it's feeling, it's humanity, it's emotion. All the things we as people know. But music isn't about knowing. Music is understanding how we think. It's just top 40, it's just money, fame, women, power, and claim! But music isn't a cash grab, it's not suit and ties. Suits and ties. Music is everything, music never dies.
People have no idea how hard it is to live. Having to live because of fear. Being pushed down and being called horrible names. And then being told that you're wrong. But I tell no one, hoping they would change one by one. But they don't. People have told me they won't. So every night I cry myself to sleep, debating and contemplating. Well, this night is the night I decide to take my life. As I hold the knife to my wrist, I think, do I really want to do this? I'm not the only one going through it. Something deep down tells me this is not the way to do it. So, tonight might not be the night I decide to take my life. Something has to change. If not, it will not be long before I do it. And then there will be one less person to go through it.
We were going for this next bird. I met her about 17 plus years ago when she was born. My daughter, Jamie McAloo.
Okay, so I normally recite this poem while playing the ukulele, but I still got my prom nails use y'all's help on the chorus if y'all will snap and follow my lead and then stop during the spoken part. It's entitled Admire Me. I need a little love and attention. I like you, you like me, so listen. Treat me like I am your muse, babe. Admire me in every single way. I need a little love and attention. I like you, you like me, so listen. Treat me like I am your muse, babe. Admire me in every single way. When I find the one, man, I hope he's talented. If he can sing, I hope he sings for me, serenading me with the sweet sounds for me. If he's a poet, I hope he writes for me, recites for me lines about just how much he likes me. If he's an artist, I hope he draws for me, paints, traces, or sketches me, realistically including my beauty marks, because my beauty marks mark my beauty. I hope he realizes how beautiful I am. If he's a musician, I hope he plays for me, conducts melodies every day about me. If he's a dancer, ooh, I hope he moves for me. I hope he grooves for me. I hope he puts on his dancing shoes with me to see me make a fool of us. If he's a rapper, I hope he can get in touch with his inner Drake and create rhymes that make me his whole world. I need a little love and attention. I like you, you like me, so listen. Treat me like I am your muse, babe. Admire me in every single way. I need a little love and attention. I like you, you like me, so listen. Treat me like I am your muse, babe. Admire me in every single way. Talent isn't just the arts, it can also be smarts. So, if he's a genius, I hope he teaches me, helps me know and grow a little more. If he's good at math, I hope he tutors me, because I don't know much, but I know that 1 + 1 = 2. And corny as that may be, corny as I may be, I hope he accepts me for me. Athlete, hustle for me, score for me, all the endless possibilities, whatever my future God does, I hope he does it somewhat for me. I don't think it's too much to ask to not entertain others. And I don't think it's too much to ask to treat me like art, because I am. I need a little love and attention. I like you, you like me, so listen. Treat me like I am your muse, babe. Admire me in every single way. I need a little love and attention. I like you, you like me, so listen. Treat me like I am your muse, babe. Admire me in every single way. Admire me in every single way. Admire me in every single way. And that is on YouTube.
Coming to the stage, give it up for Miss Shiloh Reed.
It's time for the county fair. First things first, you sort out the birds. You have to pick the best ones. Sort through all 24 just to pick 6. You have to make the right choice. Your reputation depends on it. You are standing there, hoping, wishing you have chosen the best ones. This is just the beginning. Now you grab 3 buckets, vinegar, soap, water, and towels. Then you bring the birds around, reach into the cage, and you try to grab a bird's feet without getting pecked. You pull the bird out, the bird flaps, flutters, and squawks. You calm it down and begin the washing process. You dunk it in the first bucket, some soapy water, then make sure it doesn't drown. Then you rinse the bird and dunk it in the shine. You dry them with a towel, then put it back into the cage. The next day, you load them in the back of your truck. You make sure you have everything you need. Vaseline, Q-tips, wash rags, feeders, waterers, duct tape, Sharpie, food, shavings, empty milk jugs, and a toothbrush. Now you're at the show. They're finishing up with the rabbits before you. You grab one of your birds, a toothbrush, water, and clean the bird's feet. You grab a wash rag and wipe the bird's wings. You grab the Q-tips and clean the bird's comb and beak. Next, you grab the Vaseline and shine the birds up. Now, all of a sudden, it's time to strut your stuff. You have butterflies in your stomach, and you walk into the ring carrying your pampered bird. The judge looks at all of the birds and places them. You get first place. You go through this process for every bird, every show, and every time it's a stressful and emotional roller coaster. Ups and downs, ins and outs, but guess what? It's over now. You made it. You can relax and wait until next year.
So we got 3 more to go. Give it up for Michael Cross.
She got me feeling like I'm going insane. Cause when it comes to love, I just can't get a break. I swear that I've had all I can take. Mistake your attention for love, but found out it was fate. You've had your heart broken before. I know it touched you to the core, but you're so much more. Life is crazy like a tour, but I'm there with you the whole way, even when you're face down on the floor. I want to be more than friends, but it's hard to open that door. But I'd stay there, even if you felt like an extra chore. Without you, life is hard. Dating my best friend, yeah, you caught me off guard. He broke your heart, no, that'll leave a scar. I just hope he ain't locked your heart behind bars. If you hold me down, I won't do you wrong. We can last long. If you ask me to, I'll make a song. I need you, cause I'm bouncing like a ping pong. You've been bounced around too, you're on the ground, to heartbreak we're bound. If we could be together, we'd be lost and found. I don't want you for lust, girl, I need someone to trust. I hope it's you, if not my heart will bust. You just gotta promise to be there, baby girl, that's a must. I'm sorry if I'm annoying. With my emotions, these girls are toying. I just try to change the subject to get my mind off of it. I like it when you smile back, and yes girl, I love it. And my heart is tugging. All this pain drives me insane. With your name engraved in my heart and veins is for change. I hope you understand that my heart's not a game. For you I have much more than a flame. I have a blazing fire that can't be tamed. You're amazing, and my heart you claim.
Put your hands together for Miss Mason Roberts.
That pill that holds me down and stops me from being normal. Such a little thing that sets me apart from others. That pill that if I don't take it, I can't find the will to get out of bed. That pill that keeps my mind and body functioning. That pill that holds me together. So small but such a burden. Like an anchor holding me down, stopping me from being free. I pray to God every day just to take it away. But it's still there day after day. It follows me around everywhere. I think about not taking it, and I remember the shaking, thoughts, and most of all, the endless anxiety. So at the end of the day, I'm stuck. I'm stuck with it again. That pill, that hurt.
Alright, the last one. Let's give it up for Tamaya Sissa, also known as Queen.
My name is. Alright, so I'm gonna do it's not even a poem, it's a rap. So y'all gotta turn me up, okay? And I'm doing it a cappella, no music. So y'all really gotta turn me up. And I make this about my dad. First things first, recognition to my father. He made a perfect daughter. Everything he did it for me. And now he's trying to get something started. Now on the beat, I go dumb, you retarded, and they ain't trying to brag, but I get it from him. They wasn't even on me. Didn't even know me that they praising my music like spiritual hymn. But what can I say? I learned from the best. He is even willing to invest all of his money, his time, his power, his wisdom, and even his will to be great. This is destiny, not fate. He's reminding me how to stay humble. I got his eyes, his nose, his hands, his lips, so he can deny me if he wanted. I'm in a place of mental discovery. You think you do better, you'll think it's distorted. If it ain't the money, if it ain't the cars, if it ain't the rollie, then you won't be nothing. I'm just being myself like my good daddy taught me to. Knew that I was special when they told me that I came from you. And I ain't really seen the struggle, but my blessings taught me to be humble. Mix that Zambian with fire. Some call me the GOAT, but all my friends, they call me Maya. And I am the one. When it's all said and done, I taught me to have love and just stay patient. He taught me how to love. And for you that I'm grateful, listen. See, I ain't really seen the struggle, but my blessings taught me to be humble. Mix that Zambian with fire. Some call me the goat, but all my friends, they call me Maya. And I am the one when it's all said and done. I am the one when it's all said and done. Say it with me. I am the one when it's all said and done. I am the one when it's all said and done. Thank you.
Man, if you had a great time, say, oh yeah! So here's what we want you to do. When you go home to your schools, I want you to tell everybody that you see, you missed out. Let me hear you say it. Missed out. Oh, come on, a little louder. They missed out. Because next year when we do this, I just don't want the front part filled. I want the front, the back, and the balcony field. Think we can do that next year? Y'all give it up for this huge player, this Karen Harris.
That we've had like this, and I just want to say thank you to Karen Harris. She took this on, and this is the first any of the co-ops have had. So we are trend-setting in the state because I'm sure after we put this out on social media, the rest of the 14 around the state are going to be saying the same thing that Chad did. We're missing out. So thank you guys for helping us do that. We also want to thank the Maccabees for coming down and definitely helping. This would not have been the same event without them. But I think thanks for our member schools for letting kids out of school. But I think the biggest thank you goes to our students, because not only did you have the courage to get up here, you shared what you're feeling, and that's amazing. So whether you ended up with a trophy or not, every single one of you are braver than me, because there's no way I could get up and do that. So thank you guys. You have been awesome, and we have definitely appreciated and admired your talent. Thank you very much. The only thing that I'm going to add to that is, please take a minute to go out and talk to our EduTech guys that are actually around the corner when you walk out into the rotunda. There might be a little bit of a line, but they definitely said that they would kind of, watch the time and get you in. So please take some time. Teachers, we'd like you to talk to them as well about the experience that you've had. And thank you all for coming. That's a wrap.